Right, okay. I think, Nick, we're actually starting to communicate. It says it's on.
Oh,
So we should get the red button
that's a good
on
sign.
our iPhone and iPad in a second or two. My finger is poised, ready to press the button. And we run back to the studio and we take that card off Sailor. Hello, Nick.
Good afternoon, Stephen.
Right. Our fingers and toes are crossed because we want everything to go smoothly today. So everybody on Amazon Live is watching on my page. Hello. And everybody's watching on.
Yes, on my page. Hello, everybody on Amazon. Great to see you.
It is. And if you're watching on my page, you're watching Lights, Camera, Action, which is all about webcams, audio gear, microphones, live videos, and Fitbits. And if you're watching on Nick's page, this show is actually called
Live video production weekly.
Okay, because it's weekly.
And it's weekly. And it's live.
And it's all about live video.
And I just never changed it.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Let's take the card off because we don't want to confuse people. So the card is going to disappear and you come back to Nick and I. Right. Okay. And we say hello to, we say hello to Roland, Jasmine and Roland in Wiltshire in England. And hello to Corinda, who's in London. And Corinda's saying, hey, both. Brilliant.
Hi, Corinda. Hi, Roland. Great to see you.
Yeah, I did tell you last week when we were on the show last week that Angelica and I would do a park run this weekend, and you said fantastic because I know you actually run them and marshal the park runs in your part of the world. But unfortunately, it didn't take place. I think the best thing I'm going to do, rather than advertise that we're doing a park run, is tell you when we've done one. Yeah, because you're out marshalling this weekend, were you not?
I was indeed. Yeah, I had a great time marshalling. I was stood by the entrance to the canal. So I had a little walkie-talkie, but the best bit was I was out of the wind. So whilst my other marshals and other volunteers were freezing, I at least was able to duck inside. I was okay. It was actually, I did check the weather and it said on my phone, it said 3 degrees, but feels like -1. And it really did feel like -1. It was bitter.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold recently. And we say hello to Roland, who's saying hi again. And it's going to be a busy day. Hello, Jasmine.
Hi, Jasmine. Fantastic.
Excellent. I watched your interview with Nick. I enjoyed it. Thank you. And
yeah, Jasmine is great.
Jasmine again. A dynamic duo is back. That's very kind of you. To be dynamic when it's winter and it feels like it's -1 degree outside.
Exactly.
That's something.
Exactly. Actually, I have to say, Jasmine, yeah, that interview was great fun. And also, Stephen, I mean, I think maybe she'd like to ask you to join her one day as well. She just needs to pluck up the courage. I said, you're a lovely man.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to do so. You know me. Show me a camera, I'm there. There's no problem with that. Exactly. And I can blab for Britain, as we know. Just to blabbing.
And you are, of course, a certified guru.
I'm certified, yes, indeed. And over to Jasmine, and Jasmine is saying, I want to interview you now too. Excellent. Okay, we'll arrange it after this live broadcast on Amazon Live. To everybody who's watching us on Amazon Live, thank you. And Corinda's joined us there. And Corinda says he's got an echo. Do you have an echo, Nick?
No, I don't.
Right, we don't have an echo, Corinda, so it's something on your end. Because Jasmine would tell us if it was an echo. And Roland would tell us if it was an echo as well. So we know we don't have an echo. I know I actually did have an echo on Friday, and I know how I caused it. But that's just one of those things. Trying to do too much. Okay.
That's right. Grinda's now saying the echo is off, so all good.
Right. Okay. And over to Jasmine. I was thinking the same thing. And no echo here. Thank you for confirming. That's helpful. The thing is about live broadcasting. We're broadcasting today together, which is absolutely brilliant, because we know if there was an echo, one of us would hear it. Yeah, you can't not hear it if there's an echo, and we'll be able to decide who is causing it. But if somebody, when you're live, and it's just a general tip, if you're live and somebody says there is an echo, then ask the audience and get somebody else to confirm it. Don't rely on one person having an echo or one person reporting an echo. Get at least 2 people to report it, because that way you actually know. So what's the topic? Topic? What's this
Jasmine,
topic?
you're keen.
What's this topic thing you're talking about? I mean, we just come on live on air and just chat. I mean, what more is there to do? Right, okay, this is the Monday show, of course, and the Monday show means a movie quiz, which means that I've got to move away and I've got to bring in the quiz. I don't do this until the last minute, so I don't break anything beforehand, because I want us to get off at least a 10-minute start. So I'm going to bring in a new camera, not that one. Okay, so bring in a new camera, go over here, set that camera to, we use XSplit Presenter to allow us to do this, and XSplit Presenter will be through in a second. I'm going to mute it. I'm just waiting for it to actually show up. Okay, and I can bring it on screen. There it is. That's the quiz. And we noticed this week, this is not going to work well. What I actually need to do, because I know for a fact in the Be.Live studio, we can now have mirroring, which means wording is back to front. Magically, by pressing this button, everything goes the right way around. So
that's got to be good.
Right, okay, so I'm going to go off camera. My microphone is still here, so my camera is going off, and then that camera is going off as well. So we're left with Nick and the quiz, and if I put that in there, that way around, okay. I'm going to again every Monday we're going to do it, Nick. We're going to shrink Nick.
Go
like that. You can do it. 3, 2, 1. There you are. I gave you a warning this time. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just move slightly up and get slightly bigger. Okay.
Oh,
so there we go.
Yeah.
We're now on screen. All the microphones. We don't have an echo, and we're ready to go with the quiz. Choose the different category this time.
Yeah.
Okay, noted. But we did get 10 out of 10 last week, didn't we?
We did. We did.
Yeah.
That was a big team effort, though, I have to say.
It was. Yeah. So we've got a comment coming through before we actually choose. And basically the way this works, we've got 10 questions to answer, multiple choice. And as we're pondering about each question, we take it in turns to present. Okay, so I'm going over to the Quizmaster, and which category we've got to have a different category. What if it's something we know nothing about? Okay, we've done Star Wars, haven't we?
Yeah,
we've done. How about quotes or matches or directors? Connections we can't.
Connections we did last week, I think, wasn't it?
Okay. Should we go soundtracks?
Yeah, go for it.
Soundtracks. So we're going with soundtracks.
Yeah, we've not done soundtracks yet, so that'd be good.
Okay. So, all right. Okay. Now, are we going for film scores and composers, or are we going for years and movies?
I think I'm not going to like this one. Let's go for it. Let's go songs and 1990s movies. You were just hovering over it.
Okay. There we are.
This could go horribly wrong.
Let's explain. Can you match these famous songs of the 1990s with the movies they appear in? Now, the brilliant thing about this is that the songs that are actually in the films of the 90s may not actually be songs of the 90s.
Oh, that's true.
Yep. So we do stand an outside chance here. Okay. So let's press play, and I'll read the first question. And the first question is this. It's loading. Okay, the song is "This Used to Be My Playground" by Madonna, did it appear as part of Philadelphia, A League of Their Own, Sleepless in Seattle, or The Bonfire of Vanities? Right, okay, that's interesting. Nick, what do you have to show us this week?
Well, I tell you what, I'm not mucking up this week. I'm going straight in with, yes, guys and girls, you guessed it, with the amazing Blue Yeti microphone, the thing of great beauty, a style icon. People will talk more about your microphone than they will about you if you're out and about and go and present training in different places. I know this to be true because it used to happen to me all the time. People would come up and go, oh, I'd have this sitting on the desk ready to go, and they go, oh my God, I love your microphone. Didn't matter what it sounded like. They just liked the look. Luckily, it sounds absolutely brilliant. Yeah, it's a 3 condenser mic. It's got 4 different mic settings, so we can have it car toward one direction, which we have here. We can have it bi-directional, so if I was interviewing someone or across the desk, then we can have it on bi-directional. We can have it omni surround, and what's the last one? Stereo. That was it. Almost forgot my 4th one. And yeah, you can just set them all here. You have full control over the gain here. So I would suggest when you first set it up, you just plug it into the back of your Mac or computer, whatever you're using, and go into the microphone settings and just play around with the gain so you know exactly, you can get a feel of how it sounds. Because if I turn this gain is dialed quite down, if I dialed it up and didn't have my crisp software, then you could hear all sorts of noise all around me. It's very, very sensitive. And then on the other side here, we have the all-important mute button for when you're about to do a big sneeze. And you've got the volume control, because underneath here you can actually put in a little headphones so you can actually hear your audio. My apologies, guys. I've got my headphones in because I've got lots of things going on around me, and I wouldn't be able to hear Stephen if I didn't have them in. So that is the Blue Yeti. I've got it on a desk stand, but you can attach it to a mic stand. You can have a boom stand, but I have it on a desk stand basically because I've got a plastic cover on my desk, so when I touch the desk it doesn't knock. That's why. But it's great, and as you can tell, if I move the microphone around, hopefully you can tell it sounds different because I've just got it on the one directional. But super easy, plug and play, and yeah, it's a beautiful thing of great beauty, and I use it all the time.
Wunderschön. I'm just practicing for the German class this week. Right, Thursday is German. Okay, to repeat the question then. This used to be my playground, sung by Madonna. Was it in Philadelphia, A League of Their Own, Sleepless in Seattle, or The Bonfire of Vanities?
I've got a sneaky feeling. Actually, I think I'm pretty certain I know this one.
Okay.
But we haven't seen anything in the comments apart from Jasmine going, oomph. So obviously, I'm not sure Jasmine knows. I'm pretty certain it's from A League of Their Own. Sorry.
Ah, right. Okay. So let's go over, and we're going to take.
If I'm wrong, uh-oh.
We're only playing this. I'm going to agree with you. Okay.
I confidently predict.
And we're both right. Oh. See? Right. Okay.
Well done. Good work. Cool. All right then. Question number 2. So, now this song could be heard in which movie? I Will Always Love You, performed by Whitney Houston. Was that in Revenge, Waterworld, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, or The Bodyguard? So those are 4 options. I Will Always Love You, Stephen. I Will Always Love You. Stephen,
okay.
Over to you.
Yeah, Stephen, thank you. It's all in the punctuation, Nick. I've learned that. If you're watching us live on Amazon, either on my page or Nick's page, we would like to say thank you. If you have the answer to this question, please type the answer in. It helps Nick and I. We're trying to get 10 out of 10 right, and we did last week. We want to do it again this week. The other thing is, if you comment and you get it wrong, we can confirm that after this broadcast, your comments will disappear. So the only people who know you got it wrong will be us watching live now and actually in the broadcast. So if you're watching live on Facebook, type the comment on Facebook. We can actually put it on the screen. If you're watching this on Amazon Live, thank you. All you need to do is actually comment with your answer and we'll read it out. And you can comment on my page or Nick's page. Okay. Right, back to this camera then. I'm going to go full screen and hopefully switch my camera on. Okay, now I'm going to stay with the microphone theme that Nick started a moment ago. And down in the carousel, now you have the Elgato Wave 3. Okay, now the Elgato Wave 3 is a brilliant microphone. It's not the same. Well, it doesn't look the same as Nick's, but nevertheless, it's got a very high quality sound. And I was on a broadcast in November with, I'm just trying to find the names so I can show them on screen. I could probably do it from memory, but I'm going to actually show you the names. And if you come down here, I'm probably on the wrong menu. No, I'm not. Okay, never mind. Anyway, I was on the show last November. I'm going to do this from memory. And it was all about microphones. And Krista Boven and Rico Glover and Alec Dorling joined me because I thought we'd have 4 microphones, 1 each, but we actually ended up with 6. But Alec brought his microphone, which was the Elgato Wave 3. I was impressed. Basically, the best way to judge a microphone is how it sounds to you. Okay. Now, this microphone sounded superb. In fact, you are listening to the Elgato Wave 3 at this moment, and that's the biggest demonstration I can give you. You're actually listening to it. The reason I chose it is because of the quality. And Alec works for Volvo in Sweden, and he does his research. He's working on autonomous cars or self-drive cars at the moment. So he's a researcher, and he did his research getting his platform together, and he chose the Elgato Wave 3, which is down the carousel. And the thing that blew me away about this software was it's not just a microphone. Okay. The Elgato Wave 3 has a mixer. Now, I'm not going to, well, basically a mixer means that you're not just restricted to the voice. Okay. I can bring in Spotify. I can bring in Amazon Live. I can bring in up to 6 different sound sources, and they come through the microphone. Now, I've been experimenting. I've got Spotify working. I can bring through system sound as well. I'm working on that. But this opens up a whole new world, because with the Elgato Wave microphone, you're not restricted to your voice only. You can use other sound sources, and that opens up a whole range of possibilities. We have a website in the UK called mixcloud.com. And mixcloud.com is a website that spent 3 years negotiating with music publishers so that we can play any music track we like on Mixcloud, and the band involved will get royalties. So if I play Suzi Quatro or even Toya, they will get royalties if I play their songs. And that's the way it should be. So I'm not restricted on mixcloud.com to having music which is free to use. I can use any music track I want, and I could go to Amazon Music and I can play any track I want through my microphone, and you get crystal clear sound. And that's the key. Up until now, we've been playing music on our monitors or our desktops, and it's not the same quality. Whereas going directly through a microphone, it's a totally different thing. Microphone itself, I'm going to take my life in my hands here. I'm going to switch off. Nick's camera is off. But if I go here, Nick's camera will come back on for a second. Oh, no, it's going to get complicated. Back to me again. This show, producing this show is fun. This is, and I'm trying to bring it up on screen. This is the top of the Elgato Wave 3. And it's like a spaceship, isn't it? Taking off.
Nice.
Okay. And if I turn it round, you can see it's got dials on the front. Nick's microphone doesn't have dials on the front. Basically, from here, you can control the volume of your headphones, the volume of the microphone. Headphone socket is underneath. There's a mute button on top. And with the mute button, it's not a button. You just actually glide over it and your microphone disappears. It's got a beautiful Elgato logo on there, and it's a very, very stylish microphone. And I am speaking through it now. So if my sound sounds a bit off, it's because the microphone is not sat on the desktop. It's now back on the desktop. I'm not going to move it again during this broadcast. But that's the Elgato Wave 3. It is stylish. It sounds good, and it has a sound mixer, which no other microphone has. Okay, so I'm going to switch me off, go off solo, and hide my camera, and we should be back to where we were. Good.
I admit that does look a very, very nice microphone, I have to say.
Thank you.
I was so tempted to have mine on and go all the way through, but that would be childish, and I wouldn't be doing that. Okay, so guys, if you know the answer to this question, please do pop it into comments. The question is, this song can be heard in which of these following 4 movies? The song "I Will Always Love You," sung by Whitney Houston, was it in Revenge? Was it in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Waterworld, or The Bodyguard? Stephen, I think we've got a fair idea.
We've got a fair idea. Just to talk about Waterworld for a moment. They opened many years ago. Opened the Waterworld. Nick's gone. They opened the Waterworld attraction, and I was able to go there, but waiting for Nick to come back. This is live broadcast. Things are going to happen. I'm just waiting for Mr. Wood to resurface, and it says yes, and hopefully in a second.
Yay!
Okay,
I'm there, but I'm on a different camera.
You're in a different camera.
That's me. There you go. That's me back.
Okay, let's switch around then. Okay, right. So Nick switched his camera, which gives an idea of what's coming up next. I'm going to go. I was saying I'm fortunate to have been to Waterworld when they recreated it, but it's not Waterworld. I'm going to stick my neck out first this time, and I'm going to say Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Okay, I'm going to stick my neck out and say we don't often disagree, but I know that is The Bodyguard.
See, I knew Costner was in it.
Yeah. Right, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was what's his name? The Canadian chap.
All right, the Canadian actor. All right, okay.
Yeah, the Canadian.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves is famous in Wiltshire because part of it was actually filmed in Wiltshire. But that said, what we're actually going to go with is Nick, because Nick is right. I can't put my hand up if I was wrong. I'm going to go with The Bodyguard.
Cool.
Right, question number 3, End of the Road, which was by Boys to Men. The options are, which film was it in? Distinguished Gentleman, Beverly Hills Cop 3, Boomerang, or The Nutty Professor? Nick, it's over to you.
Cool. Yeah, I gave you a sneaky glance. If you can put myself on.
Oh, over to you. Sorry, not me. You.
Or over to me. Okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I'm gonna switch over my camera because I can do this because I've got. You see? Now I'm able to do this because I'm actually using the Logitech C920 camera. And of course I can't show it to you because I haven't got another camera right in front of me to show it, but it's a brilliant little webcam, and this is one of the webcams that is one of those entry-level webcams which just deliver so much more than you can expect. Firstly, when we go live streaming, look, we can all live stream on using our Macs or our computers or laptops, our phones. We've got built-in cameras and microphones there, so we can do all of that. But the first thing you want to do when you're looking to upgrade or take it to another level is to enhance your camera. So get a new camera. This is like a 2-in-1 actually, because on the Logitech camera it's also got a built-in microphone, so you're actually upgrading your microphone as well, your audio as well as your video. Now the C920 can shoot in 1080 high definition, so that's really cool. We are broadcasting, we're streaming here in 720p, which is standard definition, so you're not seeing us in high definition. So it's got that ability to shoot in high definition, so we can go high definition in Facebook, YouTube, places like that. The thing is, you see, now with this is my little backdrop that I knocked up. So I created this in the software that comes with every Logitech camera, or you can download it if you've got a Logitech camera, and it's called Capture. And this is allowing me to actually have this background here as we see it. But it gives you the full, as you know, Stephen, it gives you the full control over your camera. You can zoom in, you can pan and tilt, you've got control over the white balance, over the color, the contrast, you name it. But the best thing is, like when we're showing you in Be.Live, when I'm in the bottom corner and we've got the full screen, you can also record that. So it's like a little recording studio as well. And so I use it often for if I'm going to record courses. So if I'm going to do a little piece to camera, I can record that with a PowerPoint presentation or notes presentation behind me that I can talk to. So it just gives you, you're not just getting a camera, which is brilliant and absolutely love it. I just have it sat there quite happily on my Mac, but it gives you an amazing camera, upgrading sound, and of course a full recording suite and control, which is absolutely brilliant. Now, the other thing, thanks to Stephen, I remember now that it also has a screw mounting, so I can actually now use it on a tripod without it falling in my pots and pans when I'm trying to do the cooking show. So it is a beautiful camera. It's super. I mean, the price, $70 in the carousel right now, is an absolute steal. So if you want to upgrade your cameras and upgrade your audio and take that first step to becoming a guru like Steve, then you could do no worse than getting this Logitech C920. I mean, all Logitech cameras are good, and you can get higher spec ones as well. But this one will certainly do you proud and get you started in the right way.
Now, I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was software that created backgrounds. I've got to go and play with that after today's broadcast.
I'll be honest, I found it by accident by doing exactly that. Just playing with it. That's the thing.
That's the way we find out most things. Okay, the song number 3, End of Road, Boyz II Men. Was it The Distinguished Gentleman, Beverly Hills Cop 3, Boomerang, or The Nutty Professor? If you're watching us on Amazon Live, thank you. If you know the answer to the question, please type it in the comments. Okay.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
End of the Road. I got a feeling, but I don't know because I've never actually seen the film. I got a feeling it's Beverly Hills Cop 3. But I couldn't swear to that. I'm kind of rooming out The Nutty Professor.
Yeah. And Distinguished
Gentleman.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to go with Beverly Hills Cop 3, unless somebody in the next 2 seconds gives a different answer. Beverly Hills Cop 3, it is. No, it wasn't. We've learned something, Eddie. Oh dear.
What on earth was Boomerang?
I don't know. We're going to have to go to the International Movie Database and find out IMDb and find out who was in Boomerang. We'll bring it back next week and tell you all about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, guys, see, this is why we need your help in the team. Jazz, pay attention. You wanted this. You wanted this category. Okay, so next up is this song, Gangster's Paradise, Coolio, featuring LV. So was that in Jungle Fever, Dangerous Minds, 187, or Hard 8? So those are choices.
I'm going to have to do a bit of thinking on that. Okay. Right. Over to me again. And I'm still here. And you can see my desktop. But if I go here, this better work. Then you're actually seeing me again. Okay. Down the carousel, you see the other spot tiny, and this is it's just a brilliant camera. I've had so much fun using it, and I'm going to explain why this is fast becoming my new favorite camera. Now, OBSBot was built after a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo. Needless to say, the campaign sold out because to have a PTZ camera, pan, tilt, and zoom, for $199 is unknown, really is unknown, because most PTZ cameras cost you hundreds of dollars, not 200, 300, 400. I seen one for $600. I've also seen cameras for $2,500. And our friend Corinda bought one for $1,300. Yeah, okay, but this is only $200. Now, the thing about a PTZ camera is that if you take the C920 that Nick was talking about, or even my Brio, they are on your monitor or on your desktop, and they've got a fixed angle of view. So they can do 90 degrees, pan of 90 degrees, 78 degrees, 65 degrees. And you'll notice that the background is moving here. As I move, the background is trying to follow me. Okay, what I'm going to do is basically give you a conductor tour of what you can do with the OBSBot. The OBSBot is much more than a static camera. First of all, with the OBSBot, I can go over to, just a minute, need to press 2 buttons. I can go over to a preset location, and the preset location is my desktop. I'm going to move the iPad, and on my desktop you can see everything that's down in the carousel. You can see the USB hub, you can see the hard drive, you can see the HD77, you can see my phone, you can see Aftershock. This is my demonstration area. So when I'm broadcasting solo, I actually have 2 cameras on screen. One is this camera, okay, and the second is the PTZ camera, okay, and that's focused there. But the thing about it is I can actually come back, and I can come back to me, okay, so I'm on screen now, okay, and I've got a third preset, and I can go over here, he said, and look at the wall. Okay, I haven't got many. I've got me and the demonstration area. I haven't worked out where the third one should go. The picture, by the way, is of Avebury, which is a stone circle built 4,500 years ago. There's time of Stonehenge. Not as famous though. They just need a good marketing department. There is actually a town in the centre of the. Absolutely brilliant. So let's come back to me.
We're not ready yet.
Okay, and we're trying to get back to me, and we will. Okay, so I'm back on screen now. And just to show you which camera this is, I'm going to put the title on, and nothing's happening unless I press this button. Okay, so this is the OBSBot Tiny. I've got some other noises which I'm just going to mute for a minute, Nick. Okay.
Yeah, go.
Okay. So I've just muted Nick. Okay. This is the OBSBot Tiny. So you've got the 3 positions. But the other thing about the OBSBot Tiny is that I'll show you, rather than talk about it, hopefully, if I press a button. Yeah, that's better. The OBSBot Tiny will, he said, okay, and I'm trying not to trip up, so forgive me if you got the top of my head. Okay, I'm trying to get away from the chair. The thing about the OBSBot Tiny is that because it's pan, tilt and zoom, it's got 270 degrees. It can zoom, okay, and this is double zoom, and it can follow you. It's got AI, and if I put my hand like that, it will stop following me. Okay, so it stopped following me. If I put my hand like that, it will start following me. He said, that worked well. I thought that was brilliant because nothing happened. Okay, we'll try again. Okay, so if you go like that, it stops following. If you go like that, it starts following you. But the thing is that when we're actually presenting on Amazon Live, as we are, Nick and I know Nick did a show last week where he was actually stood up all the time. With this camera, you've got a choice. You can either be stood up or sat down. And the thing is that when you are stood up, you have greater energy than when you're actually sat down. And that means that you can do a more, well, you can do a different type of demonstration when you stood up, when you sat down. This is why people who are, just a minute, I just wanted the green screen to move. Okay, it follows you everywhere, so that's better. These are Aftershocks earphones. You'll find them down in the carousel, and they're over the ear. Okay, and they are bone induction, so they don't go in your ear canal. They're bone induction, and they pair Bluetooth with your mobile phone easily, no problem at all. You can play your favorite podcasts, or you can play Amazon Music, of course, and the sound is good. Now, we're not talking about hi-fi quality here, but we are talking good sound. Now think about them, because you've nothing in your ear canal, you can actually hear everything that's going on around you. You can have a conversation with the person next to you. You can hear the cyclist coming up behind you. You can hear the traffic all around. So these are a very safe pair of headphones to actually use. And I use them most days. So as I'm actually stood up using the upper spot, which is down the carousel, you can see that I can put more energy, that's the word I was looking for earlier, into a presentation. Yeah. So the upper spot gives you the ability. Let's hope this works. Okay. This may or may not work. So it's following me around the room. Okay. And its field of vision, I'm just going slowly. Field of vision will take me right around the room. And then when I come and sit down, okay, I just need to move the chair and I can come and sit down again. Okay. And the camera is going to lose me. So I just need to press one button to come back on screen. Okay, and we're back. So the other spot is the most fun I've had with a camera. Okay, it's 2x zoom. It's got AI which recognizes commands. You can zoom in and out if you do that. You can stop and start the AI following you if you do that. It's just a fun camera, and it does give me the ability to actually have two cameras on screen in my Be.Live studio, and for one of those cameras to be focused on. I'll get there. This is live, remember. To be focused on my desktop. So we're finishing where we began. I'm going to turn off the other spot title by coming down here. I'm going to, what am I going to do next, Nick? Just a minute, let's switch Nick back on. Hello again, Nick.
Oh, very impressive.
Nick, thank you. Nick's back, and that means that I need to take solo off, and I'll actually need to stop the video, and we're back.
Hey,
no,
almost.
We nearly got it. Okay.
That was as close to seamless as I've seen.
Well, I'm trying, Nick. I'm trying.
No, that was brilliant. I've got to admit, it's nice this week. The ObSpot hasn't got a mind of its own. It's actually doing what it's doing what it's told. Very relieved to see that. So, guys, Vic, back to question 4: "Gangster's Paradise" by Coolio, featuring LV. Who's that? Appeared in which film? Was it in Jungle Fever? Was it in Dangerous Minds? Was it 187? Or was it Hard 8? Stephen, do you have an idea?
Okay. Well, you'd actually play a Gangster's Paradise in a gangster movie.
You would?
Yeah. That logical? I haven't got a clue, Nick. I haven't got a clue.
I got a sneaky feeling, but it is a bit of a guess. I think it might have been Dangerous Minds. I've never seen it. I love the song, but I've never seen the film.
Let's go with Dangerous Minds then.
It was Michelle Pfeiffer, wasn't it, in there? Is it?
Correct. Well played. Well played, Nick. And song number 5, All for Love by Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart and Sting. That's quite an ensemble, isn't it?
Mm.
I can't remember the song. Never mind. Anyway, the films are The Three Musketeers, Don Juan DeMarco, Young Guns 2, and Space Jam. So we've got choices there. We definitely have choices.
Yeah,
okay. Whilst we're pondering, Nick.
Yeah.
What's on your mind?
Well, I'll tell you what. This is unquestionably the best iPhone, bar none, and it is the iPhone 12 Pro. Now, I know iPhone have released the iPhone 13 and versions, but I think this is better. Or I certainly don't think the others are any better than this iPhone. The more I use it, the more I find out about it, the better it gets. It's just the phone that keeps giving. So I could talk to you for like hours about this phone, and I've been taking some amazing ultra 4K high definition film of our local ducks in the duck pond, because I love playing around with it and then editing it and making it slow motion. Absolutely, this camera is brilliant. Two things that strike you about this is the first iPhone, the iPhone 12 that actually had a telephoto zoom as well as digital zoom. So it had the two. I know other phones have done it, but this was the first one for Apple, and it absolutely is brilliant. It combines the telephoto zoom with the digital zoom, and then it's got software and a crazy little chip in it, which really enhances the images as well. So it's super good. It's like combining the best of the best of the best, putting it all together, and then getting an even better experience. It is fantastic. It is actually fantastic for shooting video and taking photos in really low light without a flash. I know, absolutely crazy, right? But yeah, it's got this LiDAR technology that is super good for low light filming. And I took some film, and I'll show it on my next show, of my nephew got married back end of November in, oh gosh, what was the abbey called? Coombe Abbey, I think it was, up in Coventry. And so, as you can imagine, that's a very old abbey in the UK, I think it was. So it's going to be a good 700 or 800 years old, converted into a hotel, but the abbey is still the abbey, if you get what I mean. So the lighting is not particularly great. Beautiful setting, but not great lighting. Well, this little phone absolutely knocked it out of the park. Not only did I get some stunning high definition video, I also got some absolutely brilliant, super clear photos as well, pin sharp, absolutely gorgeous. Now, one of the things you won't know, or you might not know, most people won't know about this phone and the camera, is actually you've got the ability to use RAW. Okay, so you can shoot in RAW, you can edit in RAW, but you have to turn it on. So you have to go into the camera settings and highlight it, and that way you'll then have that. So you can got the extra ability to play around with all your white balance and lighting. Super cool. Everything you can use to have fun. Now, most people, I tell you what, people probably don't realize this. You can actually phone with it. You can use it as a phone. You can, I know, unusual for me. You can scroll your social media. You can search the internet. You can play your videos. You can play music. You can actually, if you've got Amazon Prime, then of course you can go onto Amazon Video and watch all sorts of videos in high definition. Now, the super cool thing about this is it's got a specifically designed front screen, which is high definition friendly. So it's an amazing 6.1 inch screen designed to be the best in high definition. So if you go in there and pull a video off YouTube or pull a video off Amazon Prime, download or watch the Grand Tour, that's in high definition, super high definition 4K, then this will do it an absolute treat. So yeah, so it's actually brilliant for gaming on that score. I don't really do gaming, but that's the thing. So yeah, so super brilliant camera, super brilliant screen. The battery life is incredible. Super fast charging battery. Will do it wirelessly with iMac, or you can just get the fast charger. And I know most people, when it goes to less than 50%, you're in a panic. Oh my God, my phone's going to die. I dropped mine down to about 4%. And then I plug it in, and it is charged about an hour later, literally just over an hour. You're back to full charge. The battery loves you because you're not mucking about with the battery's memory. It likes to be fully charged and then discharged. And it's just, I don't know, I just love it. I could whittle on for hours about this phone. It is so good. Really impressed. And I upgraded it from the iPhone 6s Plus, which I'd initially bought because I really liked the camera on that. And it was the first one with built-in stabilization. Now, I can't afford a fancy Dan camera, extra camera like Stephen, but now at least I've got a spare camera that I can actually do a third camera or a second camera, which I started to use. So yeah, it's brilliant. I love it. If you're ever going to buy one, it's the best thing about Apple bringing out the iPhone 13 was that it meant the iPhone 12 Pro came down in price and is now in the carousel at a great price. So do go check it out. It's an absolutely brilliant phone. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. And I've got a iPhone on my wish list on Amazon at the moment, which I will get to. Okay, so repeat question 5 then. All for Love, was it Bryan Adams, Rod Stewart and Sting together? Or the film was The Three Musketeers, Don Juan DeMarco, Young Guns 2, or Space Jam?
Oh, go on, Stephen. What do you reckon?
No, go for it. If you've got an idea, then go for it.
Oh, I know it. A bold claim, I know. But no, one of my favourite books and one of my favourite films, even this remake of it, The Three Musketeers. That was.
Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to go with The Three Musketeers and click now. Okay, now if you know the answer to any of the questions, then please do ask. And we'll read Bryan Adams again.
Oh, blimey. Bryan, please, what are you doing to us? Okay, so question number 6. And this song, Everything I Do It For You, by Bryan Adams, the Canadian guy I was trying to remember earlier.
Yep.
Was this the theme tune to Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, that weirdly got filmed parts of it in Wiltshire? A bit odd, I'll have to ask Stephen about that afterwards. Was it the Three Musketeers, or was it Don Juan DeMarco, or The Mirror Has Two Faces? Stephen, while we ponder, what do you got?
Yep. Okay, my next item, if we stay with the Apple theme, to actually broadcast on Amazon Live as we're doing today, we have to have a piece of Apple kit, because the app that Amazon provide is only available on iOS. So Nick's got his phone and I've got my wonderful iPad. Now, I'm not a Logitech Brio, so I'm going to take that off screen. My name is Stephen. Basically, my iPad has become my go-to tablet. Okay, my Android tablet is gathering dust somewhere because this wonderful iPad, which is down in the carousel at the moment at $339.95, I'm blown away by how good Apple technology is. I'm now an Apple person or a fanboy. Well, not quite. Not that far. No, don't go that far. But as you can see, it's live and it's actually controlling this broadcast that we're on now. And what I love is the apps that you can actually get for it. I've got every app conceivable out on the Android, plus a lot more. Plus an app called, I'm going to mention it for the first time. There's an app on here and it's called Woody Cross. Okay, now the name betrays nothing at all. But is it Wordly that people are playing at the moment, Nick?
Oh yes, where you have to guess the word with a certain number. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Woody Cross is an advance on that. It is a crossword puzzle, and you get 7 letters to answer every crossword. Well, it's just addictive. Okay, it is so addictive. Angelica's playing it too. I'm on level 2,300, which is some indication of how addictive it is. You've got to make as many words as you can out of 7 given letters. You used to have it in the Daily Express, I think. The word puzzle of the day. So I enjoy that. I enjoy, as Nick said, watching Amazon Prime on here, surfing YouTube, surfing Facebook. All the apps that you need go onto this, and it is lightning fast and responsive. So my vote now, if you said, you know, do you rather have an iPad or an Android tablet? My vote is for the iPad. It's basically awesome technology. Well packaged. Of course, I've got it in the case to protect it, but the iPad wins hands down every time in terms of speed, in terms of the way it presents things. iPad has my vote, and I'm going to turn myself off, and we'll come back to Nick and I.
Yeah, once had Mac, never go back is the phrase that springs to mind.
Right.
Okay, so back to the quiz, back to the question. So this song can be heard in which movie? Everything I Do It For You by Bryan Adams. Was it in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, The Three Musketeers, Don Juan DeMarco, or The Mirror Has Two Faces? And I'm pretty certain about this one, Steve. What about you?
I'm going to go with Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves again. I'm going to be.
No, absolutely. That's the right one. That's the one you were thinking of earlier.
It was, yeah.
And I just remembered Brian Adams' name. He's the groover from Vancouver, I think, is the thing.
Right. Okay. Let's go over to the right place. And we both agreed on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. 3, 2, 1. I'm just trying to build some tension, but let's go for it. Okay.
Yay.
And that's correct. So question 7. This song can be heard in which movie? The song is Probably Me by Sting and Eric Clapton. And the options are Last Boy Scout, which I think featured one of our favorite, and Die Hard, and Ransom, and Lethal Weapon 3. So we've got 2 top actors in there. But the answers are Last Boy Scout, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Ransom, or Lethal Weapon 3. Right, okay, so whilst we're pondering that and thinking of the answer, Nick, it's over to you.
So what have I got in my carousel now? Okie dokie, let's go with, come on, I always have to share these. Oh no, I can't because I haven't got them on my table. Okay, we'll go with this instead. We've got this is the One Pad mini projector. He said, it's always a good idea to have a tidy up before. Always a good idea. Actually, I'll tell you, we'll do the mini projector later. Let's have a quick drone, shall we? There we go. We'll go for the Holy Stone 260 drone. See, I get massive brownie points for my wife for tidying up and then completely blow it all by not getting untidy again, ready for the show. But yeah, this was one of the drones that was sent to me by Holy Stone to have a good old play with. And it's the Holy Stone 260. This is the little baby version. I call it baby version. It isn't the ultra 4K version. It's also in the carousel. But yeah, this is the little H260. So I'll just take him out. And it's a great little drone because actually it does some really clever stuff that I didn't realize. So it just comes out, just pull it all apart. These little propellers, little rotor blades, and it's like, if you could feel this, it's like super light, really light. Comes with 2 batteries and they charge up quite happily. And yeah, that just slides in the back like so. Now, what's so cool about this little drone is that it does some quite amazing things. It's got a 1080p high definition camera in it for starters. Brilliant. So that's really cool. Now, other things that you might not know it has got voice control. So you can tell it to go left, go right, go up, go down, forwards and backwards. Really cool. It also has gesture control. I've not tried the gesture control yet. But so you can wave at it and make it do certain things. It also has, if you put it into you attach your phone to the, I can't get this out. I can't get that out. But basically, you attach your phone to the. That's it. You attach your phone to your remote control. Your phone holds there, and you download the app, and then you've just got your screen view, and so you're looking like the camera, and so you've got full control of the drone. Really good. But what you can do, because that's on its own personal little network between your phone and the drone, you can set it to follow you, so it will just follow your phone, which is really cool. So you can set it at a certain height, anywhere you want, really, a certain distance behind, and it will follow you. Now, word of caution, obviously it can't see trees and the like, so be careful. but it is really good. So clever. And it can actually also, you can set it on a little course, so you can actually tell it where you want it to go, and it'll go, and that gives you more ability to play around with the camera phone, which is camera phone with the camera on the drone. So yeah, really good. Nothing that it does that I've not tried it yet, but also you can ping your video and your photos directly to your social media as well. So in flight, should be able to ping it directly to social media. I say I've not tried that yet, but it was something that I read up about the other day. So I will give that a go this week and report back next Monday.
Excellent.
But yeah, it's absolutely, it's great. It's a great fun little drone. I think I was showing it to my brother-in-law And we both agreed it would be a really great little drone to take on holiday. And because it comes in its lovely little packet, folds down into a super small size, and it's great, good fun. So thank you, Healey Stone, for sending me that. Great fun, good little starter drone if you want to get started.
Excellent. Right. Okay. And the quiz. It's probably me. Sting and Eric Clapton was a song in The Last Boy Scout, Die Hard with a Vengeance, Ransom, or Lethal Weapon 3. If you know the answer and you're watching us on Amazon Live, then please type the answer on Amazon Live. If you're watching on Facebook, please type the answer on Facebook. All right. Okay.
I think that was that really moody opening to Lethal Weapon 3 with the little fire going all around.
Let's go with Lethal Weapon 3. Correct. Okay. The next question.
Okay. Okay. This is a tricky one. This song can be heard in which movie? Don't Cry for Me, Argentina by Madonna. Was that in The Body of Evidence, Evita, The House of the Spirits, or Hercules?
There we have the choices. Now, whilst we're thinking, what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to bring the OBSBot on screen, and I'm going to put the OBSBot pointing at me. This probably won't work. Yes, it does. Okay, so pointing at me. And what I'm going to do, because I can, is I'm going to stand up, and it won't follow me. Just a minute. I'm going to stand up, and the OBSBot will of course now follow me. Okay, now down in the carousel, I'm just going to get my iPad. So the iPad is down in the carousel. The next item on the carousel that I'm going to show you is, it's this. And it is the 3-axis gimbal. I just want to get the green screen in position. So I'm going to duck down, come back up. Okay, so I'm in position. And next to me is the gimbal. Okay, now the gimbal comes in a carrying case, and this goes in my rucksack. And whenever Angelica and I go out visiting National Trust properties or English heritage properties like Stonehenge, then I take this gimbal with me. Now, the thing about it is, it's the home gimbal down the carousel. It's very lightweight, okay, and it's not that big. I mean, I've got the Zion 3, and that's way taller. This is very lightweight. The way it works is that you put your phone into the clamp, okay, which makes it secure. It means that what you're doing is getting away from being worried about the camera actually dropping. If you hold the camera, the thing you're concentrating on is not the going live bit or the recording bit. It's on not dropping the camera. That does away with this entirely. So your camera goes in the clamp. The next thing you need to do is, with the gimbal on a static surface, on a surface, is you switch it on, and it will then sort itself out so that you're ready then to actually go and shoot. And you just go and shoot. And it's simple and straightforward. It stops you dropping the camera. It stops you, because when you're walking, naturally you go up and down. This is the iSteady gimbal, and this steadies you so that you don't go up and down. So the movie is relative. We'll show you one before the end of this broadcast. The movie is relatively up and down free. Otherwise, there's no jerkiness in the movie at all. So you need this. Okay, now when I do my videos, which are all on YouTube, all about 25 minutes long, I also use, in this case, and I'm not going to take it out because it takes me ages to get it back again, you also need a lapel microphone. Fastens onto your clothing, goes into the bottom of your phone, and you can then do voiceovers whilst you're actually walking about. And that means that you're making semi-professional or professional video, which means that you can put it on YouTube and other people can see it. Now, other people are actually watching my videos about Stonehenge, about the Courts Garden, about Avebury, because I used a gimbal. If I hadn't used a gimbal, then the video would have been shaky. If I hadn't used the microphone, the lapel microphone, I would not have been able to be heard above the noise of the crowd or the people walking around. And the third thing that you actually need, so we've got the gimbal, we've got the lapel microphone, And the lapel microphone is now down in the carousel as the featured item. The third thing that you actually need is a battery power pack. Basically, what you don't want to do when you're out filming is to run out of juice. So battery power pack overcomes that, because you can plug your phone into the power pack and just carry on filming. So those are your essentials when you're actually broadcasting. Now, final hint. When I use the gimbal, I actually broadcast live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and my website. And in order to do that, I need to have a 4G signal. Now, incredibly, I mean, we're in England, but incredibly, not every place has a 4G signal. And you must check before you actually start filming. I've done 2 films where I didn't check the signal first. And I had a beautiful walk, which I remember vividly, but I don't have any film of it. Basically, if you take a picture before you start to broadcast, send it to Facebook. If it arrives on Facebook, then you know you've got a 4G signal, which will carry you through your broadcast. Now, it's not guaranteeing it, because you may go out of signal, but at least you're actually starting with a signal, which is a good place to start. So the gimbal, your phone, a lapel microphone, and a power pack, and they're all down in the carousel. That's the complete kit for actually recording anything, really, because you're actually recording history, you're recording personal memories, so that on a rainy day you can actually sit and watch the replays of your videos and say, oh, we were there in the summer. Okay, so that's the kit, and I'm going to sit back down now, but before I do, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully press a button on screen, and magically you won't see this camera. Yay. What you will see is Nick and I, and me getting back in my chair. So
cool. That was good. That was so many products in one session. I loved that. That's way to go. Way to go there, Steve. Thank you. Okay, guys. So back to the quiz, and now we've got this song can be heard in which movie? It's a little-known song called "Don't Cry for Me, Argentina," sung by the lovely, lovely Madonna. And so, was that in Body of Evidence? Was it in The House of the Spirits? Was it in Evita? Or was it in Hercules? Stephen, what do you reckon?
I actually know the answer, Nick.
I think you
given the questions have been through previously, but I'm going to plump for, because I know it to be Evita.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So let's go with the answer, and the answer is Evita. I just need to find my cursor, and there we are.
Whew.
Right. Wow. We've got 7 out of 8 so far. Right. Question number 9 of 10. The song is "Stay, I Missed You" by Lisa Loeb and 9 Stories. That doesn't ring any bells yet. And the films are Empire Records, Singles, There's Something About Mary, or Reality Bites. And there's only one of those films I've actually seen, I think. So this is not good. Nick, it's over to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. That's yeah. Oh, not sure. Okay. Let's pop this in the carousel. Now I know Stephen has a very, very cool speaker in his carousel. But I've got this one. I've got a little Betron speaker that me and the lovely missus when we go on holiday. That would be a fine thing. We used to take with us, and they're small, but they don't pack a punch. You get some quite good sound from it. They're totally Bluetooth friendly. You can also you can actually got a little card socket here that you can actually pop in your MP3. But it's really good. It is, yeah, Bluetooth. It'll pair with pretty much any device there is. You can charge it up, as always, by plugging it in with the USB. And I don't know whether you guys, sometimes you've got USB sockets in your Macs and your computers and your laptops, but recently I put some USB ports into a plug socket, and that is brilliant. So now I've got all my stuff charging all the time. Yeah, it's suitable, easy to control, just a little controls on the bottom here. But yeah, it's a tiny thing. So if you're lightweight camping, then this would be ideal. But it is surprisingly large. I was trying to find some spec on it that I could dazzle you with, and I couldn't really find anything. But basically, it will give 4 hours of tunes or whatever it is you're listening to. And I used it last time. We were in Portugal and we couldn't be bothered to go out. We just sat that on till in the evening, and we had all our tunes. We just paired it to my iPhone. And away we went. We had all sorts playing. But yeah, really, again, one of these things that are surprisingly good. You buy these things thinking, I wonder if they'll be any good. But yeah, super pleased with that one. And I've had it a couple of years. I found it in the move, so I was like really pleased that I hadn't lost it. So yeah, that's a cracking little speaker. So if you're out and about and you want some mobile sound, I'd go for that one. It's a little Betron KB508. See, there's not a lot to say about that, is there?
Well, the thing is, if we could play the sound, if you could pair it with your mobile phone and play the sounds, but the problem is it would be taken there if we did that.
Yeah, that's a bit dangerous.
So the film is Stay with Lisa Loeb and 9 Stories. And the options are Empire Records, Singles, There's Something About Mary, or Reality Bites. Any thoughts, Nick?
I have absolutely no idea on that one. There's
only one of them I know, and that's There's Something About Mary. I'll be responsible for the guest this time. Okay, the guest this time is There's Something About Mary. Nope. Well, never in a month of Sundays would we have got that. Okay.
Yeah, that one we were always going to be struggling with. Cool. So last question in the quiz. Love Is All Around by Wet 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 was a song featured in which of these films? My Best Friend's Wedding, Notting Hill, 4 Weddings and a Funeral, or Sliding Doors?
Right. Okay. Back to my Obsbot camera then, and it's pointing at the wall. Now, I'm not about to sell you a wall. I could actually talk about this, which is an iPad stand. But what I'm actually going to do, if this works, is I'm going to go over here or over here and to preset location 1 and pass me. Okay. And then we're going to go to that preset location so that we're down here. Just a minute. Didn't want to go. We'll try again. 3rd time lucky. Okay. Now I brought you down here for a particular reason. Okay. You can see the corner of my Microsoft Surface Book 2. You can see the speaker that Nick spoke of earlier. The gimbal's still there. Okay. And the gimbal will go back in its case at the end. But the best thing that I've bought this year is down the carousel now. When you plug your when you plug your camera into your computer, you're actually taking up 1 socket. But if you get yourself one of these Anchor, see, USB extenders, then you can, as I am doing today, plug in 2 cameras, 1 microphone, and 1 hard drive. This at $16.99. This is my product of the year so far, because this has allowed me to have a combination of cameras, microphones, and hard drives actually plugged into my computer through 1 USB port. There are 4 leads going in, 1 into the computer, and it means that I can switch between cameras, as I've been doing very often during this broadcast. I can switch between microphones, which I've done without you noticing. It's just the best piece of kit. I mean, it's old technology. There's nothing new about this at all. Anchor are a well-respected manufacturer of products. This is well engineered. It's slim, and as you can see, it discreetly sits on your desktop, and it is, without doubt, something to have in your kit bag, connecting to your PC, connecting to your microphone, connecting to your camera, connecting to your hard drive. And it's so simple to do. This is a this is the very definition of plug and play, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're plugging things in so you can play them. And I just thought that it's worthy of its own spot on Amazon Live. It's made my life a lot easier this year with being able to effortlessly switch from one camera to another. Yeah, because these cameras are both permanently connected. You're looking at the Logitech Brio. See what I did there, Nick? I actually got the Brio.
Nice.
You're looking at the Logitech Brio. You've been looking at the OBSBot. They're both down in the carousel. They do different jobs. The Brio is perfect for static shots, which is what it's doing at the moment. I'm looking straight at it. It's looking straight at me. It does 4K. It's down in the carousel. And with that, we're going to go back to the last question of the quiz as I take my camera off solo and come back to us. Okay.
Aha. So, yes, back to question 10, our last one. Love is All Around by Wet Wet Wet. Was that in My Best Friend's Wedding, Notting Hill, Four Weddings and a Funeral, or Sliding Doors? And I'll be honest with you, I remember the song well. It seemed to be at #1 in the UK forever and a day. But I can't remember which film it related to. I couldn't to tell you whether it was Four Weddings and a Funeral or Notting Hill. It's one of those, but I don't know.
I agree. It's one of those two, isn't it? This is a difficult one. Now that you said it, which is the one where where she does the card thing and flicks, or he does the card thing and flicks through them? Is that Notting Hill or Four Weddings?
Isn't that Love Actually?
That's Love Actually. Love Actually is not on the board. So we've spoiled the choice between Notting Hill and Four Weddings and a Funeral.
I think I'm gonna. If I had to plump for one, I'd go with Four Weddings and the Funeral. But
right, okay, we're going to go with Four Weddings.
To it.
3, 2, 1. Well done, Nick. Well done, Nick. That was a hard one. Well, even so, we got 8 out of 10. The average is 6.49. 10,000 people have done the quiz before us. I would say, given how difficult that was, because we're talking about music and films.
Yeah,
I'm going to take that as a win, Nick. Yeah,
absolutely. If we're above average, I'm definitely having that as a win. There was a couple of tricky little questions in there, i.e. the ones we got wrong.
Right, there are a couple of good guesses in there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that down. Okay, we're going to come. Eventually, that's going to go, and yep. So that's that one gone. Let's hide that, which brings back to Nick, and then I'm going to switch my camera on there. So that brings, and I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go side by side and change the theme. Okay, and I want that theme. Okay, and then I'm going to put an overlay on and say, apply that. Okay, so Nick and I are broadcasting on Be.Live. Unmute to listen. This is Lights, Camera, Action, or Live Production Weekly, depending where you're watching it. And we have both been live from England. Yeah.
Nice.
We did fit quite a few products in there today.
We did. I was very impressed. I love the way you slipped loads in, like on a roll.
Right. I put them together. I put the gimbal with the microphone. Could speak about them at the same time. They're all together in the carousel. So if you click one on the carousel, yeah. Okay.
That was mightily good. Mightily good. Have you got anything else you want to share in the carousel, Stephen?
I just want to cross my fingers because this episode, for the first time in weeks, has gone without a glitch. We've had, in getting this together, because there's so many moving parts, there's the quiz, which has got to come in. There's the camera switching. It really is. It's the most difficult show to produce, but the most fun to do. I think that's fair to say.
Oh no, I've got to admit, I take my hat off to you. I think it's. I'm glad you're producing it rather than me. So that I just have to sit up here and guess the questions, or guess the answers rather. So that's really cool. But Stephen, obviously we're on Amazon. We're on our Amazon pages, live streaming. Also, we're on YouTube and Facebook. I know you have, but yeah, when are you next up on live?
Okay, I'm live Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. in the UK, and it's lights, camera, action with Stephen, and we'll be talking about everything to do with live broadcasting and broadcasting on Zoom too. I've decided to include Zoom because you try to get away from it, and you can't really, because it's part of everybody's life, and everything that Nick and I talk about in relation to live broadcasting also applies to Zoom.
That's a very good point. That's a very good point, actually. And again, lots of people use Zoom as a mode to live stream onto their social media as well. So, we've got, we love using Be.Live, obviously, and we have Restream on a Wednesday where we can hold more people. But people can have hundreds of people on a Zoom call and then just switch that into Facebook and YouTube. Quite incredible.
The thing is, if you want to stand out on a Zoom call, then you have to get your camera and your microphone right. There's nothing worse than appearing on a Zoom call where you are not positioned so that you're happy with how you look and your sound isn't good. I mean, even on Zoom, you've got to practice first, haven't you?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And that's the thing is, it's so easy to do, it's so easy to see, but we all watch people doing it. We all watch people on those Zoom calls and we think, yeah, up a little camera, down, just round the other side.
Yeah.
Crazy. And you wouldn't, funny thing is, that's online. You wouldn't do that for your outside. You wouldn't you wouldn't wear your pajamas down to the pub.
No, definitely not. I mean, that just wouldn't work. You've got to set everything so that you're happy with the way you look and sound. Yeah. Okay, on that note, it's over to Nick to close this week's broadcast.
Thank you so much, guys. Listen, thank you so much for watching us. We really appreciate your comments in the chat, your help with the questions. We do need all the help we can get, let's be honest. So until next week, we're here every Monday, 2 p.m. in the UK, 9 a.m. Eastern. So do join us every Monday. And until next week, whatever you're doing, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Take care.